She said she heard a door open and then it closed. Probably like 20 minutes later, I started hearing banging at the door. Like it was like somebody was aggressively banging. But I didn't come out my room like see who it was. But I called my mom, told my mom that there was somebody banging at the door.
The neighbor's unit was in close proximity to Kayla's, and there was no evidence that someone had genuinely knocked on every door in the hallway in search of the bag in the middle of the night. It was more likely that the neighbor had encountered the killer, who knocked on the wrong door. The team gave a description: a woman in black with a mask. Surveillance in the building caught the woman on camera.
Kind of like a coat, like Yankees cap, like black sweatpants, and I'm not sure what type of shoes they are, but I know they're like really expensive.
Predictably, when the cameras were checked for the same individual leaving the building, they found that they had changed clothing and shoes. The camera captured images of the suspect carrying a cardboard box and paper bag. Presumably, items from the crime scene were inside. In the following days, detectives gave instructions to have the items inside the garbage compactor searched.
Day 3 of a homicide investigation. At one point, deputies focusing on the garbage area downstairs from where a woman was found dead. The victim's second-floor apartment is still blocked off. A biohazard bag and evidence markers on the ground.
The unknown is driving us crazy. You know, we don't know who did this. We don't know why you would do this.
Kayla's mother, Diana Hodgson, worked as a flight attendant. She caught the first flight home upon hearing the horrific and devastating news of her daughter's death. Diana spoke with detectives to offer any insight that may be useful. She listed items missing from the home, including a pair of slip-on BB brand shoes.
I described the pair of slides that this person was wearing, and you told me that they were BB slides and provided a description of them without me showing you a photo. Is that correct?
Correct.
We just discussed that on the phone. And you described them as a pink slide-type sandal with kind of fuzzy.
Yes.
And then
the BB lettering is like a glitter, like a rhinestone look to it.
Though their schedules often conflicted, the mother and daughter had remained close. Diana knew a considerable amount about her daughter's social life, her work, and relationships. For months, Kayla had been receiving threatening phone calls. In the days and weeks before her death, their frequency increased.
She did mention that she was having an issue as of lately with the prank phone calls, and she seemed to be a little bit more concerned about that.
Velt was also aware of the calls. In fact, for some time, Kayla had believed that his girlfriend in New York was behind them. The number was blocked, but the slang the caller used, like the term deadass, was typical of New Yorkers, she thought. Velt was clueless when it came to the details of these calls.
Probably like a couple weeks ago, she was getting like prank calls, people calling her like constantly, people calling like prank calling her like, like just prank calls. And she said something, but she didn't give the details about it.
The greatest insight, however, came from a conversation with Kayla's best friend, Janisa, who was also a bar doll.
There was a guy named Shakur. There was a guy named Terrence. Terrence, he lives in New York. That'll be about it.
Okay, so
That was.
Cure, Velt.
Then there's her ex-boyfriend, Javon.
Javon. Okay. But does she see him at all still, or no?
No, they haven't seen each other in a while.
And we know Terrence has a girlfriend.
Correct. Well, he doesn't claim the girlfriend, but yes, he has.
Okay.
It was this connection in New York with the realtor Kayla knew as Terrence that raised red flags for Janisa. Because just like Velt, Terrence, or Terry as other friends knew him, had a girlfriend in the city, though he claimed they were not an item. Terry and Kayla had met the previous August and began to spend time together when she was in New York. The problems with his not girlfriend began immediately. Threatening Instagram messages, harassing behavior, and turning up uninvited. She always seemed to know when they had been out together and would contact her afterwards. Despite this, when the crank calls began to escalate, Kayla still suspected Velt's girlfriend.